Hello everyone, so in this video I am going to explain about sociolinguistics, and this video is going to be in three parts. So first I'm going to explain sociolinguistic, and then the second part is I'm going to give real life example, and then the third part I'm going to present a PowerPoint on sociolinguistics. So let's just get started first from the meaning of sociolinguistics. So sociolinguistic is the study of how language is used in social context and how it connects to society. It looks at how factors like cultural, social class, gender, age, and location affect the way people speak, and how language shapes social identities and relationships. And this helps explain why people talk differently in various situations and groups. And the next one is language variation. So language variation means the differences in how people use language, like words, sound, or grammar. These differences comes from things like someone's life, their age, gender, or social group. In social linguistics, it's about how you understanding why people speak differently and how it shows their identity, not the way is wrong. Dialect. Dialect is a special way of speaking a language that is tied to a group of people, like those from a certain region or social class, and it includes unique words, grammar rules, and pronunciations. Dialects are still a part of the same language and can be understood by speakers of other dialect. It's like completely different language. And next we have accent. So accent is about how words sound when spoken, including pronunciation, rhythm, and tone. It doesn't change the word or grammar, just the way they are said. Accents can show where someone is from or their background, and people might judge others based on their accent, even though no accent is better. And next we have register. So register is the type of language people use depending on the situation or who they're talking to. For example, you might use formal words at a job interview and casual slang with friends. It helps people fit in and communicate properly in different settings. And next we have style. So, style is how a person changes their language based on the context, like being more polite or using different words. It can shift quickly, such as speaking differently at school versus at home. In social linguistics, styles show how people adapt their speech to match the situation or show their personality. Next, we have speech community. So, a speech community is a group of people who share the same rules and ways of using language. They might live in the same area, belong to the same culture, or have similar backgrounds. Members follow these shared norms, like using certain words, avoiding others, which helps them connect and, of course, feel like they belong. And next, we're going to talk about this example in real life. And Sociolinguistic examines how language interacts with social factors like class, gender, ethnicity, and context. And in real life, it explains how people switch languages or dialects in different settings. For example, a bilingual person might use Spanish at home, but family, but English at work. And this reflects the social identities and power dynamic. And then we have language variation. This refers to the differences in language use across speakers influenced by social variables. So in real life example, in the US, African American vernacular English varies from standard American English in grammar. Example, he be working for habitual action and vocabulary often tied to cultural identity and used in hip hop music or casual conversation among Black communities. And we have dialect. So, a dialect is a variety of language specific to a region, group, or social class, mutually intelligible with other dialects. For example, in Southern American English, dialect features words like y'all is you all, and pronunciations like pin for pen that's used in southern US states, distinguishing it from northern dialects while being understandable. Next, we have accent. So, accent focuses on pronunciation differences, not grammar or vocabulary. And for example, a British accent, a received pronunciation, might pronounce dance as dance, while an American accent says dance. And in real life, accent can signal origins like a Scottish accent in a movie character and indicating its heritage, or lead to stereotypes in job interviews. Next we have is register. Register is the style of language chosen based on the situation, audience, and purpose, ranging from formal to informal. Example, a lawyer uses formal register in court. The defendant is Herbie Change, but casual register with friends. Hey, wanna grab a beer? And this adapts communication like switching to technical jargon in medical consultation versus simple terms with a patient. And next we have is style. So style involves individual or situational variations in language, such as formalities, slang, or illocase. For example, a teenager might use the slang "that's lit" for awesome and on social media, but switch to more formal style "that is excellent" in school essay. It reflects personality or context, like a poet elaborate style versus a scientist prestige one. Next, we have community speech. And of course, community speech is a group of people who share language norms, rules, and practices. For example, the Amish community in Pennsylvania, forming a speech community with its own dialect of Pennsylvania Dutch, used in daily life and religious contexts, reinforcing groups' identities and excluding outsiders who don't share those norms. Okay, so that is all from my materials, and let's go into the PowerPoint. Okay, guys, so this is a slide. Okay, we have the definition and then the key concept, examples, and key figures and theories. And we have the key figures here. You can pause the video, okay, so you can see the slide. And then we have the application, and then the conclusion, and that's it. Okay, guys, thank you very much for watching my review, and of course, stay tuned for the other ones.